Gar or anything like that, they do kill Tamio, which is good. So I think I'm actually gonna leave that bolt in, cut a Day of Judgment instead. These are good because it kills Silumgar as well. Let's look at our curve, ghost board, and you notice this deck has a lot of two drops. We have to be efficient with our mana as much as possible. So having stuff to do on turn two is always good. So yeah, let's run it like that. His sideboard, he has 2 copies of Deathmark, 1 Dispel, 3 Duress, 3 Negate, 1 Remove Spell, 3 Vampire Nighthawk, 1 Virulent Plague, and 1 Dragon with Silumgar. So he doesn't have a lot for us. He's probably going to bring in more counters for sure. Definitely the Duresses. So this is actually a game we don't want Master of the Unseen in our opener. That would be very bad if it got Duressed. Because we have no ways of getting it back. But um, yeah, let's see how we go here, going into game two. All right, this hand is totally fine. We have an Anticipate and a Glimmer, as well as 2 counters. So this is 100% keepable. We don't have a Mastery in our opener, which is fine. He just has an Evolving Wilds. Yeah, that's cool. We're just gonna go tap land turn 1, pass a turn. We don't really need to. Oh, perfect. Evolving Wilds. That's gonna go get Plains so that our Clifftop Retreat can come untapped. That was probably one of our best draws. So we're just gonna pass turn from here. Glimmer is gonna be really good here. Let's see what he does. All right, he got a Swamp. That's totally fine. All right. And he does have Duress. Okay, that's. I'm gonna crack this in response. Just go get Plains, because why not? All right, so he does have the Duress. So my guess is that he's going to take probably Glimmer of Genius. But maybe he's going for more short term and would like to take one of these, or maybe the Anticipate. But my best guess is Glimmer here, because this is just gonna give me the most value than more any of these. Negate is good though, because if I go for a combo turn and just leave him negate, it's very easy. Same thing with Mana Leak. He does end up taking the Glimmer. There's an island. Okay. Dispel is a card that we need to worry about now. So, Day of Judgment, not great, but not horrible too. So, pass the turn. And wow, no third land from Kyle. That's great news for us because it does mean he has 6 spells in his hand, but that's just great in the long term. Blessed Alliance not particularly great because we already have a Day of Judgment. I'm pretty tempted just to take another land, honestly. Uh, this is in the long term just there to kill Silumgar, and we already have Day of Judgment. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and take an island. It's really bad to miss land drops in a control mirror, as you are probably going to find out. So making sure you hit your land drops every turn is very important. Man, I wish I had that Glimmer right now. But it's all good. And wow, he missed again. A little unfortunate. If we had a way to expand on the board, that'd be great. Oh, more lands. Lands aren't, like I said, aren't bad. They're just not what we need right now. Right now, we need something like a Saheeli Rai or a Glimmer of Genius, another Anticipate, or Think Twice would be great. Okay, he's just not drawing his lands. And we have 3 counters in our hand now, so let's see what he did. He has to discard a hand size. Discards Jason's Ingenuity. Acceptable. Disenchant, also not great, but that's a proactive spell. If he casts like a Virulent Plague next turn, just let it resolve and then disenchant it. Let's see. He did hit his land. Okay. Notably, does not have double blue or double black up. So we could play around him not having dissolve, excuse me, and Hero's Downfall as outs. He's not drawing lands, but we're not really drawing anything either, unfortunately. We have a handful of reactive spells with nothing proactive. In fact, I might just fire off a bolt at the end of his turn just so he won't have to start the hand size. So I think I'm just going to do that. Bolt the face, see what he discards. Um, It doesn't mean he has 8 spells in hand. Discards ultimate. Okay. So another land spin, but not great. That tells me that he has some sort of counter or removal spell for Fellow Guardian if he's discarding that. Now, this is a time where we really want to draw Master of the Unseen because we have just so many counters. So the odds of it resolving are pretty much 100%. And there's an old thing that screw beats flood. So if this gets to the late game, very possible that we could just get shut out here. Here's an Evolving Wilds. It's going to thin out our deck a little bit. See what he does. If he has a Think Twice, I might actually counter it. But seeing that that's not really an efficient use of our counters or mana, I'm probably just going to let it resolve. However, if he drew Think Twice, he probably just should have main phased it. Yeah, he didn't. Just to see if he could hit a land. Let's see what he has here. Is it a Dress? It is Dress. That's totally fine. I mean, he's probably just going to take Negate here. Yeah, he does. We don't really, that's a point where we really don't care about a Dress, so just let it resolve. It's fine. We have plenty of red sources. We can do with a little more white, so let's go ahead and make a Plains. Another land, okay. Like I said, screw beats flood. And we have a ton of reactive spells. So let's see what he got. Oh, he drew the 3rd Duress. Wow. That's a little unfortunate, but it's all good. Yeah, he drew all 3 of his Duresses, so it's fine. He's gonna take a mana leak. So now we're a little shields down, which is not good. If he draws another blue source, stuff is gonna go a little scary. There's a Think Twice. That was great. I'm just gonna main phase that right now. And Nimbus Maze. Okay. I'm also gonna flash it back while I'm at it. Just see if we could hit something like a Master of the Unseen. Is he gonna go for a counter here? He is. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have waited till his turn. But if he's using a counter on a flashback thing twice, that's totally fine in my opinion. And there's the second blue source. This is where things could start to slip a little bit. Fellow Guardian. Okay. He has no more Duresses, so he has no way to mess with our hand for the rest of the game. Good. Now he's hitting his land. So this is where the saying of screw beats flood is going to start to come into effect. Because we drew only lands, and now he has 6 spells in his hand, and now he's going to be able to cast them. Let's see what he's got. There's Virulent Plague. Luckily, we do have Disenchant for it, so he did bring it in. Let's just do that on the end of his turn for the Disenchant. Is he going to go for a counter? He is. I am actually going to make this, because now if we draw Saheeli Rai, we actually just win the game. All right, come on, Saheeli Rai. No, you're not dead. Unfortunate. Well, now I think that was our window. I think the odds of us winning the game from here are now quite low. Because we have removal spells, but I don't think it's going to matter. We need to draw like a Glimmer. That Glimmer he took at the beginning with the Duress actually won the game. And now we're just drawing lands. We need a non-land card. Yeah, that was our window to get Saheeli. Now he's Jace's Ingenuity. Yep, okay. Oh, man. Alright, let's see what he's got here. This might be a Tamiyo. Notably, none of our lands also were our man land. And there's Tamiyo. Yep, it's going to resolve. Might as well put a storage counter on this. Notably, though, he did tap out. Deathmark is a sorcery, so he did give us another window to draw Saheeli Rai. See if we could do it. Oh my god, we did it! Wow. Wow. Okay, I think we win. Wow. Uh, so in every scenario like this, when you have the win, you have to ask yourself, how do I lose? This is oh, he by him saying that, that makes me think that he doesn't have anything, but uh so how do I lose? I don't think there is a way, so let's let's go for it. Thought I already because the card Disfigure actually does nothing. So Link complains. Are you dead? You tell me. Let's go Saheeli Rai. Are you? Let's see. Am I dead? Uh, present lethal. And now you're gonna get to see the combo. I mean, I don't blame him for making me go through it. That's totally fine. Let's just always yield. Yes, I would like to do this. And now he has nothing, and we win the game. Okay. This is how the combo works. We just keep making copies of Felidar since it's returning Saheeli Rai to the battlefield each time. We could activate it again and again and again. And we just keep doing this. Yes, I would like to do it. Now, the main thing here is do not misclick. If I miss here, I'm going to lose the game. Yes, I would like to use Felidar Guardian's ability. So, I have plenty of time on my clock. There's no reason to go fast. Slow and steady does win the race here. Once again, Disfigure is a card to play around here. So, he has 19. I'm going to go ahead and make 25 or 30 Felidar Guardians, just in case. And it's interesting, since he had the, maybe he just then drew Virulent Plague, but since he had Virulent Plague, and he had all those dresses, I'm a little intrigued why he didn't take the Disenchant earlier in the game. Because, I mean, he did clear away of our counters, which maybe was his goal, but if he had it, and he knew he had a counter spell, huh. That is a little questionable, but I mean, I don't know. He has 6 cards in hand. I don't really know. This is the other half of the deck. You saw the mastery half the first game. This is the other half, the combo kill, and Felidar Guardian right now, as of August 13th, 2017, is banned in Standard because of this very combo, and this is why. It got to a point where if your opponent ever tapped out and you had it, you were just going to win the game. So it made Standard very unhealthy. I actually almost took this Standard version of this deck, Jeskai Copycat, to a PPTQ and lost my win in for top 8. I ended up going 3-3 or 4-2. I don't really remember. But excuse me, this deck is very powerful. It just punishes your opponent. You could be like, we were about to lose this game. We were so far behind, and then we got to a point where we could just win. He's giving us the GGs. I mean, I'm gonna go through it. I don't fault him for doing this. Like, I played Splinter Twin, which is also the end of this day in Modern. I got some profanity going over there. And every once in a while, I'd have an opponent who'd make you go through it, which is fine. We have, like I said, plenty of time on our clock. So, yeah. And I think he's good. Yep. All right. Variants of Magic, man. I don't know if I spelled variants right or not. Please don't fault me for that. I think I heard at Grand Prix Las Vegas a bit ago when I was playing Legacy. One of my opponents got flooded both games. And I said, look, I'm really sorry about your deck, man. What happened to your deck? And he said, look, if we wanted to play a game without variance, we'd all go play chess. So very true.